Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collingwood for YouTube, resident underslash of underslash Collingwood for BitChute, and I'm here to talk about Halloween Kills being delayed until October 15th, 2021. You know, I don't think you can really talk about any of this without talking about COVID 2019. COVID 2019 has affected everyone's lives in one form or another. And when you talk about something that has affected us going out to public places, having to be even more safer than what we've ever had to be, um, it has literally turned our lives upside down and right side up. You know, this thing has just controlled our lives seemingly in many, many ways. And what do I take away from all these movies being delayed? Because Halloween's not the only one. I look at the movies that are coming out in 2021, and I'm looking at 2021 as one thing, and it's hope. That's what 2021 represents to me, is hope that this will all be somewhat over and we can get back to a normal existence. And what that will look like, I have no idea. I don't know if we'll ever be fully back to a normal way of living ever, but that's the hope, right? That's the something we're all hoping for. What's interesting here where I live is my kids are going to go back to school in August, and they've already said that the kids don't have to wear masks. And I'm thinking, how does that work? Like, especially with COVID still going on. I think some of this doesn't make, from a parental standpoint, me being a parent, none of this makes sense. You're saying this thing is so damn dangerous, yet you're telling me, okay, August 17th, my kids are going back to school, but they don't have to wear masks. When listen, I've told you guys this before, we don't hire babysitters. We take our kids everywhere with us. When we saw Halloween 2018, in 2018, our kids went with us. And that's where my son asked me, Dad, where's Jason? He's not in this one. But I do think that at the end of the day, safety is my primary concern for any of this. And then when I think about safety and think about what safe isn't, going in recklessly and not wearing a mask. There's where I would disagree strongly as a parent, that things reopening is one thing, but we still need to be very careful. COVID in the South is actually getting somewhat worse, and that's sort of bad. That is so bad, and I know I'm gonna look, yes, I'm gonna talk about Halloween Kills, but like I said, you can't talk about any of this without talking about COVID. And I want to talk about COVID first. I want to talk about the important thing first, and especially as a dad, especially as a husband and a father, that COVID 2019, you can hear my daughter singing in there. COVID 2019 is something that has frightened me as a parent. I'm not frightened for myself, I'm frightened for my kids. So when we take our kids somewhere, they wear masks. We wear masks. And I remember when our state went green recently here, that they opened up the parks. And my wife said, do you want to go? Do you want to take the kids? And I remember what they said about COVID 2019, what they had said about the metal and stuff, it lasting longer on there. And I told my wife, I said, no, we have a whole backyard the kids can run around in. That's the joy of living where I live. We have a huge backyard. that's something I think, we really need to weigh one thing with COVID 2019. At one point, they're telling you this thing is so damn dangerous, but then some of the things they're doing are 180ing what they originally said, and I find that highly suspicious. Look, I'm not a vote someone who I don't have a political agenda when I say this shit. I don't give a shit about the political race. I couldn't give two shits less who's no, I don't. I don't care for it. I don't get involved in politics. I just speak from the heart when I talk about this shit because it affects my kids. And when I hear about all this shit and I see all this other shit going on, like they're talking to me about when you're hearing all the COVID stuff, and then you hear all your state screen, now everything's okay, but you still have to wear masks, you still have to do this. Okay, that's fine, but then you're telling me, okay, my kids are going back to school, yet they don't have to wear masks, which makes no sense. What if someone's COVID? Is everybody going to have a COVID test? Again, I don't question the legitimacy of COVID. What I question with COVID 2019 most of all is, how can you tell me how dangerous something is and then turn around and tell me, you know what, this will be okay? You get what I'm saying? That this video just isn't so much about Halloween Kills. It's about the uncertain future we all face with this. Look, that's what I mean. 2021 for me is hope. 2021 for me as a husband and father is that this all eventually just, ends. That this shit just ends. And do I think we'll ever go back to a normal way of life? No, not really. I don't think we'll ever go back to the full scale. The way we were living before COVID 2019, I don't think we'll ever fully be back at that. And if we are, it makes you question, because to me, if we ever were, like if 2021, when 2021 comes and they say, well, you know what, there's no more COVID 2019, everything's fine. I'm going to be like, okay, how? Where did it go? Where did it go? Everyone's magically cured. You know what I mean? Again, COVID 2019 has been the damnedest thing. And it has literally, like I said, it's affected all our lives. And to talk about, I've been talking about COVID 2019 through half this video. And it's insane because that's just the insanity of it. Literally. I mean, when I hear things that I've been hearing, I just go, how can you tell me this thing's that dangerous? And then you're turning around and telling me this is okay. To me, it's not okay. You know what I mean? But on to Halloween Kills. I hope obviously that things work out for the best with all, not just the movies, but everything begins to slowly open up, and we are going to be safe going to go see those movies. I think that's, again, 2021 is hope. It's like hope. You know what I mean? That's how I would describe what 2021 means to me. Hope. I'm not talking just because of a movie or anything, just in general. What did I think of the trailer? I know I've been talking about COVID. And again, I don't see how you can talk about that without talking about this, What did I think about the trailer? The trailer was interesting. They opened up with these balloons that were tied to something, looked like a fence or something. And then they show the house on fire, and then you see Laurie Strode and them, Laurie Strode, Karen Strode, and Allison Strode all in the back, right, of the pickup truck, and you hear the sirens for the fire and trucks, and Karen's going, no, 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 and Laurie Strode, let it burn, She needed to throw herself on the fire truck like John McClane style. No, but I think that's interesting. Here's my thing: they used accelerant in the house. You know what I mean, to cause the fire. They had the house booby trapped to set the fire. Um, I would love to believe that Michael's gonna get out prior to the firefighters coming there out of that room somehow. Um, Again, we'll see. We'll see what they do. So, when my biggest question going into 2018 is when are the flashback sequences going to be? And I gotta believe the first flashback sequence we'll probably get is probably with the bracket. I gotta believe that's gotta be the one. At least that's my hope. Maybe again, there's so many. Like I said, there's so many moving pieces with this, with the original, with some of these characters coming back. So I love the head tilt by Michael. The trailer looks good. What's something I don't want? Honest to God, I hope they just go with the trailer they have now. Or at least if they release another trailer, it's not long. It's not overly revealing the movie. I think that was the one thing with 2018. Another thing with 2018. 2018's trailer revealed half the movie. I've complained about this with some of the Marvel movies. They reveal half the fucking movie. You might as well take the plot out of telling. I want the movie to tell me the plot synopsis, not the trailer. That's how I always feel about movies. Again, I almost don't watch trailers anymore. And I think if I see another Halloween trailer and I see how long it is, I'm just not going to watch it because I've seen this trailer. And this trailer they've showed here is enough to get me to go. That trailer, even though it's a whole year away, is enough to get me to go. And I think that's something I hope they have faith with, is with the trailer they just released, because it is good enough to get people to go. It's interesting, it's well shot, the characters are intense, it shows everything that Halloween needs to be for you to go. So, and I think that's something I take away from this teaser. Sorry, I know I spent half this video talking about COVID, but again, I felt that COVID needed to be talked about with this. So, a link will be in the description box if you want to go check out the teaser. I'm sure everybody already has by the time I've done my video, and everybody and their mother's brother has done a video on this. So, but hey, I talked about COVID, so I talked about COVID through half this video. So, I hope you enjoyed it. I got a Dark Shadows video to do right after this, so I'll see you guys soon.